What up? What? Tiger here. Once again. Okay, so, why... What's the video title again I was going to do? What? Oh, yeah. Why learning the language of OptimizePress is actually fairly easy. Okay? But there's still a huge learning curve when it comes to designing great pages. Okay? What's funny about OptimizePress is when I first started using it, like 4 years ago, like I was so appealed to it because, you know, it was a click, drag, and drop editor. And that's ideal, right? So it's like you know, it doesn't take rocket science to understand what a video box is or text box is. We use this language, these kind of terms in our cell phones, okay? On all of our computer devices. We've been using it forever, okay? So that's the beauty of the language of OptimizePress, a live editor, as it is, okay, versus web coding, okay? Where you got to learn all these new, you got to learn all kinds of symbols and a whole language based on text. You're literally typing text, okay? The learning curve for that is really, really huge. It's huge, right? But with OptimizePress, the learning curve to learn the language is easy, which is great. Now you might think, okay, so does that mean that someone who knows OptimizePress doesn't really have a whole lot of skill? No, that's not how it works at all. That's how I thought it worked originally. But then I realized that even though I understand the elements fairly well, I now know what all these elements do, there's still all kinds of parameters and settings in them that took me a long time to learn and even become aware of, you know, and how to interact with them with other elements in OptimizePress, right? And when I say elements, elements are the main building blocks in OptimizePress. You place elements on rows, okay? And that's how it works if you've never used it before. But the learning curve on how to use the elements and, you know, emulate what someone does with web coding, that's hard, okay? My first pages sucked. And at first I thought they were cool. You know, at first I thought they were good. But then I started learning what good pages were. And how I learned that was I started to go to other websites. It wasn't just all about learning how, you know, learning from OptimizePress pages. It was about just emulating other pages, you know? I mean, whether you code a text box in, or whether you code text in, or code a video in, or whether you place it inside of a live editor with your mouse, you know, the result's the same. Because the result's the same. So what I started to do was to learn more about web page design and you figure out what makes some of these great websites look so good. Why is it when I start dabbling around with certain elements, I'm like, man, my shit sucks, dude. What am I doing wrong? I started to just notice the popular things, the common things that web designers do, like simple things, okay? Like just formatting text, okay? Using multiple levels of headers. You may be a primary header and then a secondary header, and then, you know, a couple sentences, a short paragraph, and then maybe doing the same thing but split amongst 3 different columns, you know, like versus just one thing I don't like to do, which I think looks really, really ugly, is if you just have tons of paragraphs of text and you just, you know, put it in a single column. That doesn't look great unless you're going for like a sales letter type of sales page or something, you know. That's an application where you would use it. But all I'm saying is like little things like this. You know, I learned as I go. Now I can create really good pages and I can emulate what other web coders do, okay? So it took me a few years, not using it every single day, but it took me a few years to really get good at it, where I can make damn good looking pages, you know? And I haven't even created tons of pages yet. I have a lot of pages I don't use, a lot of, you know, pending projects and pages I've abandoned. But the current pages I use to promote my products and I use in my products, they all look phenomenal. And it took me a long time to learn how to do that. So I'm just saying the learning curve on how to learn the language, learning the language in OptimizePress, that's easy, but still becoming a great web designer, that's hard. That's how it works with anything. You know, fortunately, you could skip web coding at first and just learn OptimizePress. Learn web coding after, because OptimizePress will allow you to do more things and help you with your goals. And that's to make money online, right? Sell something. So peace out, Tiger. Psych.